Realization most people neglect is that if they actually design their life better, that can help them make more money. And this is specifically in the context of people who are founders, business owners, people like that, being one myself. There are basically two schools of thought around like how to get stuff done. There's one which is, just go extraordinarily hard and like discipline, and force your way into everything. Just break that lever. If you look at the people who have that, they're generally more broken. And granted, that can be a useful broken, right? They're using it to their advantage, and I think rightly so. But you can also achieve a similar thing by just making a day-to-day that you genuinely love. And what I mean by this is like, firstly, if you realize that you're happier with less, if you find out like what the day-to-day is that you love, you're already winning. You don't need to go that much further. But for somebody who's ambitious, if you can actually figure out a way to make the process enjoyable, you will go so much further. And I think that is the thing that I wanted to highlight, because I think a lot of people just think about the goal because it's the thing that everybody wants nowadays. They want the nice job and the nice money and all that thing. But at the end of the day, that is worth nothing if your day-to-day sucks. And I will run laps around everybody else who competes against me if they do not love what they do. Simply because I love the stuff that I do, and so I can do it all day, every day for a really fucking long time. That's the reality. And even this YouTube thing, like, I am sure these videos will come to prove very commercially valuable. But on a personal level, it is also one of the largest personal projects that I have engaged in. I've recorded every single day since January 17th, and I'm only 8 months in, and I think I'm only just starting. And to do this for a few years and be able to watch these videos in 20 to 30 years is just a personal project of mine that I find incredibly appealing. And so regardless of the commercial value, I love it. And so that means that I will be able to do that for so much longer than somebody who's only in it for the commercial value. And the same logic applies for, let's say, I think one of the biggest benefits of being your own business owner is you get to pick exactly who you work with. You get to pick your clients, you get to pick your employees. You have 100% control. And so if you can surround yourself with the right people, showing up to work every day will be the biggest blessing in the world. And guess what? You can work so much harder and so much longer when you love everybody else around you, right? Like, you love the team that you work with. You get to solve problems with people who you consider friends. Like, at the end of the day, I think that is one of the most worthwhile ways to spend your time in life, I suppose. On a very practical level, you can apply this by basically maybe you don't have everything right now, but think about the day-to-day that actually is something you enjoy. What does that look like? Do you go out and work with people, or do you work by yourself? I'll tell you something, working remote is nice and all, but like working by yourself all day, every single day over a long period of time is not that appealing. And so if you can actually stop to try and shape your life a little bit better, like how many times you go to the gym, what kind of food do you have, like all these little things that in turn make your life more pleasant for you. Those things add up. And these are non-work related things. So one thing is like working on something that you enjoy and love, but another thing is just like if you can settle your personal life or kind of a personal routine into something that you really enjoy and love, it becomes that much easier to love the work as well. And those two things come hand in hand. And I think that's a really useful reflection for people who want to go far, keep going in general. But almost every single time that I want to change something in my behavior, I do not look at, how can I force myself into doing this? I just look at like, how can I shape my behavior and make it more pleasant? Like, how can I make it more convenient, more pleasant, easier? All of those things to make it more likely that behavior takes place. It's not about forcing myself and having the discipline to go to the gym every day, but it's, like I like going to the gym. I really do. And if I didn't like lifting weights, I'd figure out what I do like. I think there's so many sports. You're telling me you can't find one that you enjoy? You probably do. And so if you can do that with sport, you can do that with so many other things. You can apply that logic across the board. And I think that is incredibly valuable. Over time, it compounds. The journey there is not just growing the business. It is also the personal experiences, the friends, the relationships, the workouts, the nights out. Like every single thing forms part of that journey from 0 to 1 million, 0 to 500 million, whatever it is. You have to make that entire thing valuable and worth it. But anyway, that's a reflection that I've been having a lot of recently, and I think is a really nice one.